This scalloped crochet border adds the sweetest touch to this baby blanket. So here's how to do it. Right around the corners, it is a little bit tricky. So that's where I start. You're going to start 4 loops down from the corner. So you have the corner, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, and you're going to go through both of those threads and bring up a loop and then bring up a loop in the next one. See how I'm going through those two on each one, bringing it through. So that is just a single crochet right there. Now we're going to double crochet. So bring the loop around your fingers just like this. Then push your working yarn through the next 2 loops that are in the blanket. Bring that around your fingers. So you have 3 loops on your fingers. Bring your working yarn to those loops and bring it through just 2 of those loops that were on your fingers. Then bring the working yarn around again and bring it through those last 2 loops that are on your fingers. So that's your double crochet. We're going to double crochet again. So bring it around your fingers, put that through that top loop there, the corner loop on your blanket, and then pull it through those two and pull it through these last two again. If that was too fast, I'm going to do it again. So here we go again. We're going to double crochet into that same chain space on the blanket. So you're going to put your loop around your finger, push your working yarn through, bring up another loop. So there's 3 loops on your finger, bring that working yarn through 2, and then bring your working yarn through the other 2, just like this. So you're constantly making loops onto your fingers. Right after that increased double crochet into that same hole, we're going to double crochet one more time. So bring that loop around, push the back through the blanket and that next chain space, then bring your working yarn through those 2, and then bring your working yarn through those 2 as well. Now we're going to single crochet into that next space in the blanket to bring the scallop edge down a little bit. So those double crochets will bring your yarn out. It almost stacks it on itself. See how it's fluffy out this way? So I like the corners to be fluffed out like it's rounded, just like this. And then we continue in to do more of the scallop part. So I did a single crochet. Now I'm going to do another single crochet to go into the scallops around the sides. And I use 4 loops on the sides to make the full scallop across the blanket. So this is our double crochet. So I did a single crochet. Here's a double crochet. So we're bringing it through those 2 loops. Keep your loops on your fingers and then bring it through just like this. Now we're going to loop. This is another double crochet into the next chain space. Bring that loop around your finger just like this. And bring that through those 2 loops. Now you have 2 loops on your fingers, and bring your working yarn through your other 2 loops. So you just have 1 loop working here. And that is what crochet is, honestly. And now, since you've done 2 double crochet, we're going to do a single crochet right here. And that makes your little scallop. It's not a huge scallop, it's just a small one, but it comes around the corner really nicely when you do more double crochets around the corner. Those double crochets basically stack up your yarn so that it expands from your blanket, really is what it does. So we're going to do another one. Go into the single crochet, just like this. We're bringing it through both of those loops. And then we're going to do 2 double crochets and then a single crochet again. So we're bringing that yarn around our fingers and keeping that loop on the finger. So now we have 3 loops on our fingers, right? Now we're bringing the working yarn through 2 of the loops, just like this. Now you have 2 loops on your fingers again. Bring that working yarn through the 2 loops again. And now we're going to start the next double crochet. Bring that around your fingers. You have 2 loops on your fingers. That one's kind of hard to hold sometimes because it's just looped around your fingers. It's not through the blanket. Now we go through those 2. See how you have 3 on your fingers. Bring that working yarn through and bring it through the last 2, just like this. Then we're going to go into the next chain space, push your yarn through to make a loop, squeeze those together, and then push your working yarn through. And you're kind of bringing that working yarn around the back of the blanket. And that's a small little scallop, just like that. Now let's do another corner together just so you've got it. I came out of a scallop into that single crochet, so now we're going to do single crochet, and then go into our double crochets. So here is the first double crochet into that next chain space right here, and into those corner spaces. See, that next chain space is the corner, so we're going to do a double crochet increase, bringing that around and through each one. So now you make a loop, push it through that next chain space. You have 3 loops on your fingers. Pull that working yarn through 2. Pull that working yarn through the next 2. You have 1 loop. Kind of fluff it out a little. And now we're going to go into that same chain space. This is basically an increase, is what you would call it. So bring your loop up. You have 3 loops on your fingers. Working yarn through those 2. And then you have 2 on your fingers again. Working yarn through those 2. What you can do with that next chain space is either a single crochet, or you can do another double crochet and then into a single. Right here I do a single to show you kind of what it looks like, and it just brings the yarn down a little faster around the corner. But if you would like it to fluff out a little bit more, you can do another double.